Today, I'm gonna do something I've always wanted to do, but I've never done before. I am gonna change out every single peripheral on my computer with a brand new one, and they all will match. I'm gonna be replacing my mouse, my keyboard, and my headset. And I'm also gonna be adding a mouse pad. I've never really used a mouse pad. And unlike what you just saw, they are all going to match. So I recently signed on as an affiliate with Razer, and they asked me if they could send me a complete set of their new Phantom series. And of course, I was like, yeah, as long as you send me the green ones. So today we are going to unbox and check out the Backwidow mechanical keyboard by Razer, the Basilisk V3 Pro. This is the 35K mouse, gaming mouse. And to go with the gaming mouse, the Firefly V2 Pro, which is their awesome RGB light up mouse pad. I've never had a mouse pad before. And to top it all off, I am going to check out the Barracuda X Chroma. Really, the beauty of this whole kit here is it's all their new Phantom series. And just to get this out of the way, if it wasn't obvious before, Razer did send all of this stuff to me. I am an affiliate. And if you want to check any of this stuff out or any of Razer's other stuff, you can do so. I have an affiliate link in the description below. If you so choose to use my affiliate link, it does support me and it supports the channel, so it would be greatly appreciated. But don't feel inclined if you don't need any of this stuff. I, on the other hand, have been looking to completely replace all of my peripherals in my setup, so I'm super excited to try all this out. Boy, I don't even know what to unbox first. Let's get the big stuff out of the way, right? Let's do the Firefly V2 Pro, which is this awesome mouse pad. The moment of truth here. Okay, if you guys know me and you know my channel, you know one thing I do is the TST. That's the Tofer sniff test. I love sniffing new electronics. It reminds me of like Christmas time as a kid. You know, when you get your first Nintendo or... Not a super strong smell, which is fine. It's probably because the box isn't super sealed. But let's check this thing out. This is the Firefly V2 Pro. I think I've had a mouse pad before, but to be honest with you, it rolled up. It was a pad. We have these wonderful braided USB-C on both ends. No, USB-A to C. And I think I know how this works. We're just gonna unplug my old keyboard because I won't be using that anymore. And then plug it into here. Ooh, actually that is very cool. Look at that, it lights up. There's my new mouse pad. I like that. Now we must look at its counterpart. This is the Basilisk V3 Pro, 35K. I just love Razer's presentation. Look at that. That's a hell of a presentation. I mean, come on. Doesn't get much better than that. Wow. I absolutely love the transparent... That's smooth. I like that. All right, so they got stuff behind here, I would imagine. Yep. Okay, we have another USB cable, but I don't think we're gonna need the USB cable because I think the beauty of this bad boy here is that it actually plugs into the mouse pad. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there we go. So I think I could just plug this little dongle here right into, like that. Is that all you gotta do? Bluetooth? Ooh! Lights! Ah, look at that. Fancy. That is a nice... Listen to that. That's a scroll wheel that has some weight to it. What else do we got here? So we have two buttons right below scroll wheel. What is that? That one has like a tactile nature to it. Okay, so this has the hyper scroll tilt wheel. Oh, it tilts to both sides too. All right, I like that. And then obviously we have the programmable side buttons here on the mouse, but ergonomically, this thing is really nice. I actually might try switching back to old keyboard and mouse now that I have this set up. Wow, look at that. It really lights up. So this has a 12-zone chroma lighting with full underglow. So you can set all of the lighting to do sort of like whatever you want. And it does have a fully customizable scroll wheel that tilts. Man, that's a much nicer mouse than I think I've ever used. It also has a Razer Focus Pro 35K optical sensor, Gen 2 optical sensor in there. And I'm assuming this thing probably does need to be charged from time to time too. All right, there's the mouse pad and mouse itself. That just looks cool. I really like how that looks. All right, up next, we're gonna open up the Backwidow version 4. This is going to replace my keyboard. Now, while we're opening this up, I'd like to express, much like many of other Razer's keyboards, these are swappable. All these keys on here, mechanical key switches, are swappable depending on what you like. You know, some people like a real clicky keyboard and some people don't. Okay, here we go. Ooh, again, presentation. That's definitely much higher on the TST, the Tofer sniff test. That might be a solid 9. Wow, comes in its own bag. Look at that. Are you ready? You ready for the reveal? Here we go. Ready? Look at that. Wow, that is a good-looking keyboard. Has some heft to it as well. Okay, let's see. Damn, this is a good-looking setup. So, in case you want to change out the switches on your keyboard, it does come with the equipment to do so. It's very likely I will stick with what's in there. You know, maybe. We'll see. All right, and of course we got another braided USB cable. This is also A to C. Poor old keyboard. All right. Let's plug in this keyboard and see what this thing looks like. All right, again, it is designed to be hot swappable, right? So if you want to do 3 or 5 pin switches, depending on what you like, if you like a real clicky keyboard, you can do that. We're gonna plug it in real quick. Ooh, yes. Okay, hang on. We're gonna try that again so you get to see it. Ready? Yeah. That looks good. I like that. My computer's like, what are you doing right now? Okay, so I'm assuming the wrist pad is probably magnetic, maybe? Yup. All right, let's check this out. You ready for this? Here we go. Yeah, it's magnetic. I like that. Okay, but that is a good looking. That's a good looking keyboard right there. Compact 75% layout with translucent chassis. As you can see on the keyboard, just like the mouse, we got that awesome phantom green color. It's very reminiscent of you know, the old Candy Macs, the old Apple computers. Pretty much anything from like the mid to late 90s. It actually looks quite a bit similar to the Donkey Kong N64, which is like one of my favorite consoles ever. So that gives you that greater RGB vibe that Razer loves to go with when it comes to their devices. Optimized typing experience with a gasket-mounted FR4 plate, type-enhanced PCB, lubricated stabilizers, and 2 layers of sound-dampening foam. Enjoy light, balanced keystrokes that sound full and satisfying. That is one thing that I will say is a must with a keyboard, is it has to have a really satisfying sound. And I'm gonna unplug this real quick so I just don't go ham on my computer over there. But like, that is it's a nice sounding and nice feeling keyboard. But like I said, you can change out the switches in there if you want to do like a 3-pin or a 5-pin, which would give you a little bit different sound and definitely a different feel if you're into that sort of thing. So yeah, there's that. Man, I can't get enough of watching that thing light up. And there's one thing left to unbox, and that would be the Barracuda X Chroma. That is a new headset. I'll be replacing my old headset. And to match the rest of the set, of course, this is the Phantom Green edition. Let's open this up. This will actually work with pretty much all your devices. PC, Mac, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Steam Deck, and smartphone. You know, just not an Xbox. The Xbox likes to be different. There we go. Barracuda. Of course, the headset, just like everything else, comes in this really nice bag. God, I love the color of this Phantom set. Here we go. Look at that. That is a... Man, there we are. The real test, though, is to put them on and see just exactly how they feel, because I'll be sitting here streaming in these things. Oh, wow. Wow. Much more ergonomic than I expected them to be, just from looking at them. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. What is in here? USB adapters. I'm assuming this is the mic, which I don't use that often, to be honest with you. When I'm streaming, when I'm talking to people, I'm always streaming. So I'm using this guy. But this is a mic. Let's go ahead and hook this up. Now I feel like I'm ready to fly a helicopter or something. What do we got here? Probably another braided USB cable, which is cool. Yup. We gotta light this one up. Ooh. Yeah. Look at that. And I heard it say power on. Pairing. No, we don't need it to pair yet. But let's take a look at the features of this. Razer. So this is Razer Smart Switch Dual Wireless. I can't even hear myself when I'm doing that. So you can switch your connection from your PC to your console or your phone with just a simple toggle switch. I don't know if you've ever used their like simple switch technology, but it's pretty cool. That's what this has. So you can enjoy seamless audio for any activity by pairing with 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth. And you can do that simultaneously. That allows you to switch back and forth between those two. It has 6-zone chroma ear cup lighting, as you see there. Much like all these other awesome devices, it lights up like that. I really like how this thing looks. And 285G ergonomic design. I don't really know what that means, but let's read about it. Built for gaming marathons. I can tell you, yes, definitely feels good. And portable enough for daily commutes. It's lightweight build. It is definitely lightweight. I mean, it's like half of the weight of my old Corsair headset. Lightweight build, and it's breathable. Breathable memory foam cushions and swiveling ear cups for a snug fit. That's great. And there we have it. That is the whole Phantom collection. One thing we should talk about, though, is let's talk about price, because I think that's really important, because I do think that this stuff is actually priced really well. Let's go ahead and start where we started unboxing. The Firefly V2 Pro, which is this freaking awesome mouse pad. This thing retails for $99.99, so $100 on the mouse pad. And this pricing is all for the Phantom Green edition stuff. I'm not quite sure if it also comes in black and white. It does look like it is maybe $10 cheaper if you go with black or white. The Basilisk V3 Pro 35K, really nice feeling wireless mouse, is $169.99 in the Phantom Green color. Again, I think you could probably get $10 less if you go with the black or white. The Backwidow V4 keyboard here retails for $139.99, which is, I think, so far all like competitively priced, very fair pricing. I think that's actually cheaper than what I paid for some of the stuff that I'm using now, which is probably getting a little bit old. And the Barracuda X headset retails for $129.99. And again, I think they're all a little bit cheaper if you got them in white or black. But I mean, this Phantom Green color is 100% the way I would go. Now, granted, I did say Razer was cool enough to actually send all of this stuff to me. I am a Razer affiliate now, and if you want to check this stuff out, please feel free to use my affiliate link, which is in the description below. If you do use that, it does support myself and the channel, and it would be much appreciated. But this will be my new setup. I really, really like it. I love the colors. I think this is going to look really, really nice in the live streams, which if you don't come to the live streams, come on, man. Or gal. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays on Twitch, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, I do all kinds of fun giveaways, and we play all kinds of stuff. Wednesdays is retro. Mondays is usually some kind of competitive shooter, like Family Fortnite is what we were doing on Mondays. We also do some Marvel Rivals sometimes. Fridays is always dedicated to a new game release. Like, for instance, this Friday we're checking out Mario Kart World on the Switch 2. And the schedule for the new releases every Friday should be up very soon. And then Sundays right now is Tetris in the Kingdom, which is me playing Tears of the Kingdom, playing through Tears of the Kingdom live, while my wife plays Mod Retro Tetris. Because, you know, who doesn't like to watch somebody like really high level play Tetris? So there you have it. This is my brand new setup. Thanks to Razer for sending this awesome stuff over. I really, really like it, and I can't wait to get using it. Now I just have to set it all up and change the lighting to exactly what I want. I think I'm gonna go with like maybe a white hue in the same vein as the lights, the neons behind me. I think it'll really pop, really go. If you like unboxing videos like this, be sure to check out the unboxing playlist I have right here. And if you don't want to miss videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe. Click that little bell notification to be notified, or join the Discord, which is in the description below. So, until next time, or until the next live stream, enjoy the journey.